Welcome to another episode of the Nashville Dads. This week we talk about traveling with kids, being in tune with your motivations, gardening dreams, and first baby foods. Stay tuned.
And if we are recording, you can probably hear my little one in the background.
Yeah, I did just press record.
This is our nightly special.
First ever We're Too Busy to Record on a Sunday Afternoon episode.
So we are doing it on a Monday evening with my wife trying to put my little one down right now.
It's pretty cute. It's real. We're just working on our authenticity.
That's right.
Of our episodes. So I mean, because do they even know if we really have kids? Like we could be faking this whole time.
We could.
So
I could be really good at Photoshop when I start posting pictures of us.
That's right. Who knows, man?
Well, what's been going on with you?
Man, spring break for Holly.
Awesome.
So she's out of school this week. So we're going to go up to Indiana for the week, or like most of the week, I think. But Heather still has to work. So I feel like it'll probably have a weird vibe to it because I'll be like with kids having fun, and she'll be in my like mom's office working the whole time.
Me and Haley, not last week, but the week before, traveled for the first time with Ada.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that bad.
How long of a ride was it?
It was up to Paducah, and it was about 2.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
It really wasn't that bad. So we fed her, and then immediately after we fed her, we put her in the car seat and we drove.
Sleep.
Yeah. She slept. I mean, she woke up every once in a while, but Haley was in the back.
Cool.
The dogs were up front.
Cute.
And it was tight.
Yeah. That's how whenever we'll drive up to Indiana, how it usually works out, if we can't time it out where Josh will take a nap during it, and is normally our dog Cinnamon sits in the front seat. There's usually luggage at the bottom underneath the seat or like in front of her. Holly and Magnolia are in the middle seat with like a Kindle Fire hung up in between them, and like a Wonder Boom, like a portable Bluetooth speakers in between them. And then Heather and Josh are in the very back seat. So whenever he loses his mind, like Heather can actually help him out and take care of him. And then like behind that is like as much luggage as we can cram in whatever space is left. Yeah. So no, it's
that is why we are hopefully getting an SUV at some point.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually had to put a box down at the seat of the front seat, so both Rue and Sophie could like actually fit up there because that seat is just so small for two dogs. But Ada did really well.
Good.
She did really well going and coming back from.
Nice.
But we had to stop, I think, midway through on the way back just to change her diaper, and I think we just went ahead and fed her as well.
Yeah, why not?
It didn't work out is easy coming back from her mom's house, but it was an experience.
Did you listen to music? What did you do? Did you just hang out?
We listened to music and then a podcast as well. Cool. We both love podcasts, so obviously.
What? You just listen to our podcast on repeat?
I do. I'm joking.
There are other podcasts?
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
Millions upon millions,
Billions.
Apparently.
Yes.
But yeah, we will listen to music, listen to podcasts, and like it went by relatively fast.
Good.
But I was at the very beginning so anxious and so stressed.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, oh God, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, it's like I think how I think about it is there might be a family member that needs help in your car, and you can't, like, the only way to help them is to completely stop the reason you're in the car in the first place and then stop to help them and then help them when it's enough. So, like, yeah, whenever I think there's a need of me or a potential need of me, it's really hard to not just be like, so is this happening? Like, do you need me? Do you not need me? Do you need me? Do you not need me? Should I keep doing this? What do I do? Like, I don't know.
You're just waiting on direction?
Not waiting on direction, but just waiting on a need. Because, like, I'm going to do my own thing, but I won't if you need my help.
There you go.
Like if you were like, hey man, can you help me move some furniture? I'll call you that day whenever I need you.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this is the worst thing ever to do to me. Like, just tell me a time frame. Tell me like 10-ish. Like, don't be like, well, I got some other stuff going on, so I'll figure it out. Like,
because you're by your phone waiting.
Yeah, basically, because I'm like, oh well, what do I? Well, if I get involved in something, then he's gonna call me. Then I'm gonna.
Well, I'm gonna remember that
and torture me.
Not call you until like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yes.
Be like, hey, I need your help.
If you can just
I'll call you when I need you to come over.
No.
Oh, you should never told me.
Nope.
I'm totally
but,
doing it.
Like, I'm fine with, like, spur of the moment stuff. Like, I've had friends be like, oh, hey, we need to, like, I had a friend whose dog got hit by a car, and so they sent me a text. I was like, hey, can you come over? Well, our kids are already asleep. Can you come over while I take our dog to the vet? And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. But also, immediate need, immediate know of how I can help.
Yeah.
I think it's the, like, yeah, I might need you. I'm like, do you or not? Do you not?
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
like,
You got to tell me.
you got to actually tell me, because I want to be helpful. I think, what's the Enneagram-ism as a 4? Like, where I go whenever unhealthy is I try to be helpful so I can gain self-worth. Basically, it's you go to be a 2 so that you help people hoping that they validate you with how original you are, is what, like, a 4 does whenever unhealthy.
Okay.
So, like, it's very intertwined with me, like,
You
guilt
need
and shame-wise of, like, wait, am I... And then I'm sitting there like, wait, do I actually want to help them, or am I helping them because I want them to validate me?
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, why am I neurotic about this?
That's anxiety as well, in a way. Like, am I doing this for the right reasons?
Yeah.
I don't know if I am.
Basically.
And if I'm not, man, why am I thinking that?
Then what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
So
Go down a deep rabbit hole.
you can.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I know I do.
Yeah, of course. So,
Yeah. Well, what's been good in your life?
Oh man, we went to the zoo on Friday. Heather had to go to a funeral last weekend, so she took Josh with her. So Holly had a half day on Friday, and whenever we picked her up, her, Magnolia, and I went to Hugh Babies, got a burger and a milkshake.
Is that place good?
Oh, it's fantastic. Anyway, so we got like a milkshake and a hamburger, or they got hot dogs, and then we went to the zoo for like 2 or 3 hours, and I think they both loved every second of it. It was pretty. But yeah, no, got to spend some extra time with the girls this weekend while Heather was out of town. I was for a funeral for a sad reason. But yeah, I was able to capitalize on being able to be with them and not take care of like a 6-month-old at the same time. So we got to do more fun, adventurous stuff.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Did you guys get to go out into the snow?
We did a little bit, yeah. We actually went to a friend's house like Saturday morning because the snow wasn't that bad. And I think actually the wind is what made the girls not want to be in the snow more than the snow itself. Because like, yeah, we like
chilly.
went out in the backyard and they were like trying to build a snowman and they were like, it's cold. And I was like, well, it is 30 degrees and windy. Like I can't.
It is snowing.
It is snowing. Like if you're cold, like what's my defense here?
Yeah.
Stay outside.
I will say, for this type of snow, it was not good.
Oh no.
For a snowman.
No, it was not.
The last time was perfect.
Yes.
Oh man, and we built one.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw it slowly melt in your front yard.
Yeah.
For like a week.
Yep. It was there for like at least a good full week or
Yeah.
a week and a half or so. I'm like, man, it's still here.
It's here.
But yeah, I tried throwing snowballs at my neighbor Ben's house, and they were just falling apart.
Yeah.
So I was like, nope.
It was more.
not good,
I think
not good packing snow.
It was like powdery snow on top and kind of icy on the bottom. So you're either throwing like a powder ball or an ice ball.
Well, I
and
must
both
have
of those
got
are
all
just
powder.
mean.
Well, the ice balls would be best.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you can't throw an ice ball at your child.
No, not at your child, but
But at your neighbor.
Yeah.
Noted. Don't go on walks near your house. What's been a positive thing in your life or a fun thing in your life since we met up last?
Fun thing.
Joy. Positivity.
Well, this weekend we had just the house to ourselves. We didn't have anything really going on. We watched the UK game at Southside, and that was okay.
Yeah.
But UK lost. So, but it was really cool being able to watch the game with her.
Yeah.
And then the next day, Haley planted all of her seeds.
Oh, fun.
So in the next room, you can kind of see the lights.
Yeah, I see the glow light in there.
Yeah, we've got the heating pads and
That's fun.
the lights going on. So just knowing that as soon as we start planting and having everything grow, that Ada's going to be out there and hopefully just playing in the dirt and being with her mom and hopefully growing up to continue that and have that as a mom and daughter thing, I think is going to be cool. So just the thought of that brought me a lot of joy.
Absolutely. I didn't tell you this. I built a greenhouse 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I saw it.
Did you?
I'm jealous.
Wait, when did you see the greenhouse?
Your wife posted it.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's a legit greenhouse.
It's a real greenhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was.
How long did it take you to build?
Oh, like 5 days.
I'm gonna have to come over and see it.
Yeah, I did take a picture. Hold on.
Pictures aren't
good for a podcast, but here we are. Pictures aren't good. I used to do a lot of customer service jobs.
For those of you listening, this is glorious.
And pretty much, I used to do a lot of customer service jobs before I stayed home. And I'm sure I made up songs for people like constantly.
Yeah.
While on the phone with them, because you got to do something. Just trying to find your order. Do you think I'm funny? Do you like me? Tell me.
What did they end up saying? Did anybody say anything to you?
I feel like
hey, dude.
It depended on the phone call. Like I would do weird sound effects if it was someone who I had a good relationship with.
Yeah.
Or like crack jokes. But like if it was someone who was like, my order wasn't here, I wouldn't be like, okay, gonna find my order for this asshole.
I would totally do that.
Hope I'm gonna get fired after this call. Yeah.
How do I turn off the record?
Oh, whoops.
Turn off the record. Yeah.
And you've been muted. But yeah, we also, I think that's one of Heather's legacies, I guess would be a good thing to call it, that she hopes to pass down to the girls and to Josh. It's just, I think when you're in tune with nature, there's a lot of curiosity that comes from it, and I think curiosity can be a great thing to have. So.
Yeah, and not many kids these days know anything about gardening or plants.
No,
never touched like a plant or a vegetable other than getting it from out of the fridge or the pantry.
Yes.
So that's something that I'm wanting to instill in her for sure.
Totally. Yeah.
I'm excited for it. Hopefully she'll end up enjoying it very much. That's really... our next project is going to be building another raised garden, same size as the two that we have in the backyard, but having probably a 4x4 or 3x3, like only 6 feet inches off.
Yeah.
Just on the side of it.
Cool.
So she can start playing small and doing her own thing and just sitting in there and getting dirty.
That's fun.
Because, kids need to get dirty.
They do. I can't think of any like too many. I feel like we're like, as far as like things that have happened since last time we talked, I feel like we've been just busy in general. Like I don't feel like we've had a weekend in a while of just like, what are your plans? Oh, we don't have any.
Yeah.
Like I think we're supposed to get home from Indiana. I think we're gonna leave on Friday, so we'll be there like Tuesday night and leave Friday at some point in time, depending on my wife's work. So hopefully this upcoming weekend, we're just kind of sitting around, hanging out, watching basketball. But like for all 5 of us to be home with like not a list of things to do, I feel like it's been a while since that. So I feel like after a while, you just kind of feel that stress or the reality of like, hey, we're doing a lot. It's like, do we want to do a lot? Well, we're doing a lot. Hey, we're doing a lot.
Yeah.
So
have you guys discussed just saying, hey, let's set aside a couple of weekends and not do anything?
I think it's more like we haven't, but it's more like we've just had, like, we didn't anticipate my wife to go to a funeral and go out of town last weekend. You know, like, or so I feel like it's been like, all right, 2 weekends ago I had friends in town from high school, which like happens never, so like I hung out with them, and then I was building a greenhouse all weekend. And then the next weekend, where we thought we'd be able to like set up the greenhouse, Heather was at a funeral, and I can't remember like what. Also, her flight was delayed.
Yeah.
So like she thought she was going to get home on Friday, but then it snowed, so she came home on Saturday. So like it's like, oh, that's okay, cool. This is a little bit different than what we thought this weekend would look like. And I can't remember what we did the weekend before, like, or 3 weekends ago. But yeah, whenever you have like back-to-back weekends of, all right, okay, cool. Hopefully we get some good family time, but we're pretty busy. And then like the following week is like, okay, we're going to go out of town, but Heather still has to work the whole time we're out of town. So it's not really a vacation, but it's like has vibes of a vacation. So I don't know. What's a thing that's been more meh for you, or a little bit harder since last time we met up?
Still just struggling with the anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Just wallow it. You know?
No, so I don't know where I left off on the last time, but man, it is hard to find a psychiatrist right now.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Are they all booked up?
They're all either booked up,
okay,
or a lot of them apparently just retired. Like we had a list that we went through through our insurance, and our doctor, like, we gave that list to our doctor, and our doctor was like, okay, these are the people that I would recommend.
Cool.
And like, I just had zero response from the ones that he chose. So, but I got 2 different people to give me some recommendations.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try them out.
Yeah.
One of them actually was listening to our last podcast and then texted me and said, "Hey, try this guy out."
That's cool.
So it was pretty cool. He was like, "I use them. My friends use them.
Yeah.
Try them out. See what you think." So I'm gonna talk to him and then maybe the other person.
That episode came out today, didn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. You got that much of an immediate response.
I know.
That's fun.
People are listening, man.
So at least 1 or 2 people. Since discussing it like in this forum and with your wife and admitting to yourself or talking to yourself like, hey, I need help with this. Does it feel any lighter?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Just saying it. And Haley
just
actually
naming
said
it.
that. Yeah.
Good.
Haley was like, how do you feel? And I was like, I feel like it's kind of a weight lifted
Good.
off my shoulders. I still have some, but
it's still there.
Yeah. I still want to talk.
Yeah.
But just saying it out loud was actually.
It's like you pretty much like triaged yourself. You're like, okay, what's wrong here? This is what's wrong. Cool, I have a game plan now.
Yeah.
Because I think the worst part about like being sick or having something wrong is being like, wait, what's wrong? And the process of figuring out like, I don't know if you've had the experience of like going to multiple doctor's visits just to find out what might be wrong with you. And like doctors being like, I actually don't know. Maybe this is what's wrong. Go talk to this guy.
Yep.
And like that entire process is exhausting.
Yeah.
So whenever you're like, oh, cool, I'm depressed. Awesome. Let's attack it.
Yep.
Let's do it.
So hopefully we'll find out exactly what I need to do, and then we'll move on, and then I'll be happy, and it'll be rainbows and unicorns.
I am a believer of, I think in America, or Western society, we have a very, like people say that you like need to conquer your depression and you need to like conquer your demons. I don't know if I've gone on this rant with you before or not, but I am much more a fan of the concept of shadow boxing. So like whatever your demons are actually always going to be with you. So it's more like your shadow is with you at all times. Like, so you just acknowledge that it's there and you learn how to box with it. You learn how to fight with it. You know how to understand what it is. Yeah. I think a lot of wording language in America is very like, well, you need to conquer your depression. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Like you don't suddenly look up and say, no, depression, I own you. You're just like, all right, depression today, here's what you're telling me. And here's what I need to hear instead.
Yep. This is what I'm going to do.
Yep.
So Headspace, that app, I think I'd mentioned it before. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
But Headspace, the app for meditation, one of the guys actually talks about that.
Oh, cool.
You're not going to ever conquer your...
You don't.
You just have to kind of, like you
embrace
said,
it.
Embrace it.
Yeah.
Learn how to deal with it. Learn how to just manage it and to just figure out a way.
Yeah. Because I know whenever I put the expectation upon myself that I should be able to conquer my demons or conquer things that are wrong with me are usually whenever they're winning the most.
Yep.
Whenever I've been like, no, I conquered my need for validation. It's like, oh, so your need for validation is massive right now. That's all you told me. Because you think you're in charge of it. And there's no way you are if that's how you're talking about it.
Yep. Yeah. You are a wise man.
I just have a lot of things wrong with me.
Don't we all, though, man?
Don't we all? To some extent, yeah. So.
Yeah. Other than that, everything's been good. This weekend was awesome. Had a great time. Just hanging out with the little one. Just watching her grow. She had avocado.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
Oh, my gosh. And
how messy was that? Did she go to the bath like immediately afterwards?
No, she did not.
Okay.
We went immediately to the UK game after that. But we did wash her down with baby wipes.
That's cute.
But we've been feeding her baby food for probably 2, maybe 3 weeks now. Mm-hmm. And we were feeding like not letting her handle it, wiping her mouth with the bait, like with
being like, I don't want to clean up this mess later.
Exactly.
Like,
And then Saturday, Haley was just like, we just need to see what she does with the spoon. So she just grabbed that spoon and just like she was just like painting. It was like a Picasso on her face of avocado.
Or Jackson Pollock, but one of the two.
One of the two. Either one is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, oh, I've got to take pictures.
Yeah, it's really cute.
Took the pictures and sent them to all the grandparents, and they just ate it up.
Of course. Josh is that way also, where like, yeah, I was trying to feed him like from a like puree baby thing, and like I kept putting the spoon in his mouth for him as he was trying to like grab it on my hand so he could chew on it, and he would put the food in his mouth and spit it out into his hand so he could feel it in his hand. And I'm like, you know what? I'm the one who's wrong here. Like, so like tonight I did like a slow cooker, like a chuck roast, and had like potatoes and carrots in there.
Yeah.
So like we just took it off of our plate and mashed up the potatoes and carrots even more. So
Yeah,
it wasn't, like,
okay.
big bits, and like just put it on his plate.
I was gonna be like, wow, he's eating meat too.
Yeah, he's eating meat too. No, it's like whenever you're eting something, if it's soft enough for them to eat also.
I mean, carrots and potatoes.
And they aren't going to choke on it. Like, why not try it at least a little bit?
So, for baby food, do you guys buy or do you make?
I buy.
Okay.
I'm good. While I make a lot of my own food and do all of that stuff, baby food is one of the few things where I'm like, it's like $1 for a jar of food. I don't really want to puree prunes. Like,
Gotcha.
I'm good.
Haley has been making
Really?
our food. So
More
we've
power
got
to you.
broccoli, peas, carrots, green beans, sweet potato, mango, avocado.
Nice.
Yeah, and she put them basically in these little rubberized, like silicone ice cube trays
Yeah.
that are exactly an ounce.
If
So
you
we know how many
have
ounces.
a second kid, just let me know if she still does it.
After the second kid, you're probably
For
just
the
like,
first,
nah,
you know,
nope.
thinking about it for the first kid with Holly, we like steamed and boiled stuff. Like
Yep.
we did it ourselves because we're like, I just want to make sure it's good and stuff. That was the only kid we did
Yeah.
that
After
for.
that, you're like, nope, no more. Sadly, that's the most we've ever used out of our Ninja blender.
Yeah. No, really though.
Haley was like, I don't think we've ever really used this blender since we've got it
Yeah.
for our wedding present more than what we have in the last 3 weeks trying to make baby food. And
I
was
think
like, well, we're getting our money's worth now.
as a grown up, you don't eat a lot of purees, like,
No.
or I don't eat as many milkshakes and smoothies as I wish I would. So
Smoothies.
but yeah, I feel like blenders are mostly used for purees.
Yeah.
So
But
I
hey,
don't
it's
make a lot
working
of
out
them.
right now. She likes it.
Yeah.
I think it's something that because she hasn't cooked her bread or anything like that lately,
Yeah.
doing something like this is just her way of getting
Oh.
out of her head.
Absolutely. There's
So.
nothing wrong with making good food for your kids.
Yeah.
I'm just too lazy to do it.
They aren't that bad either.
Really?
Yeah. But she is very inventive getting those. She's got a little book that basically tells her how to do everything, but then she puts her own little spin on it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Once Josh gets more teeth, then I'll stop. Then that's whenever I'm like, all right, cool. Here's some homemade pasta. Here's some homemade bread. And that's whenever I open up all those doors.
Gotcha. Okay. Speaking of teeth,
Yeah.
does he have any?
Yes, two.
Two.
Yes,
Nice.
two bottom teeth.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
Ada as well.
Sharp as razors. Such
And
a little puppy.
man, wasn't last week. It was actually the weekend that we went to Haley's mom's house that they were starting to poke through.
Yeah.
So she was getting so fussy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. And then the rest of that week she was pretty fussy. Then they finally popped through and she was fine.
Yep. Yeah, you have
So-
like a week of like, is this ever going to be better? And then it's like, oh, it's all better. Okay, cool.
Question though,
Yeah.
when do the rest of the teeth come in?
Oh,
Is it
very slowly.
for the next 2 years?
For the next 2 years.
Oh,
Until they're
Jesus.
like, when they're two, they're like molars.
But are the first 2 teeth usually the worst? Or most painful, or are they all pretty painful?
I feel like they're all pretty bad.
Oh well. It is what it is.
It is. Now I feel like, yeah, because you get to like the 2-year mark and you're like, you're still teething? You just got so many teeth. And then you look like in the back and you're like, oh, you're getting molars. Oh, molars are like your biggest teeth. Yeah, that must suck. That must hurt. Sorry, man.
Ugh.
But one of my kids is crying at home. So,
Okay. Well, it's
probably
not
go
my
home
kid this
now.
time. My kid's asleep already.
Lucky you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See ya.
We really hope you enjoyed that episode. Please make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Nashville Dads. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.